Boom.
And we are live. What's up, everybody? I'm Jay from Leprechaun TV and your host of the Hot Seat. And this week we are lighting the fire underneath C-Mac's seat to see what's up and see if we could rattle his cage and get him off his high stilts there.
What?
And what's up, brother?
How you doing, Lep?
What's happening, man? It's been a while, man.
It has been a minute.
Yeah. How you been?
Listen, I'm excited to. We were chatting before this, and as you and I see Dutch on there. I see a lot of.
Uh-oh.
What? Uh-oh, hold on.
He hit a button.
Wow. What? Oh, look at that. That's a rookie move right there. I see a lot of new names and stuff. I do see Dutch out there, but as you know, and definitely Dutch knows, I get up at 3:30, 4:30 in the morning, and so by the time this time I'm about an hour past my bedtime. But I figured, we talked about this, and I figured earlier today I was going to try to work in a nap, which I worked maybe a 20-minute nap in. But I said, the only fucking way that I'm going to be able to stay up for this thing is at about 5:30. I just got to start drinking, and I can't stop. So I dropped my daughter off at her soccer practice at 4:30. I went over to my local brewery, had a couple of beers, went and picked her up, dropped her off at home, then met some guys that I'll be cooking with this weekend at a chili competition, had some more drinks, and I literally got home about 15 minutes before we started. And so I got a little Riverwalk, Enjoy Your Life, a little session IPA right now, and then I got the little Don Julio 1942, the little orange edition ready for some tequila. So I'm set. I figure if I keep on drinking, I'll be fine. If I stop drinking, and there's pop, I'm gonna fall asleep. So I'm gonna just keep on drinking. So if it gets messy, at least I'll still be awake. But and Mags is here too. Yes, see, Mags. Yeah. Listen, I'm not ashamed. I somehow I got my dad's genes. I watched my dad as he got older, wake up earlier in the morning and fall asleep at the couch at like 6 o'clock. And I got those damn genes. What am I going to do?
Hey, run with them, wear them. That's what you do.
You gotta own that shit. Listen, I wish I could stay up till 11, 12 like back in the day and sleep in. I can't. Just so I'm gonna drink through the show.
My new buddy Scott Price here. He comes with the dad jokes. How much room is needed for fungi to grow? A mushroom is possible.
I like it.
What's up, Loaderman and Jeannie? We got Mags. We got Cooking with Steven and Jacqueline dropping your links all night long.
Steven, what's up, brother?
Hey, look who showed up for you, bro.
Crawdaddy.
What's up, man? It is. We have Carla is having fun. It is her birthday, and she's joining us in the chat. Appreciate you and happy.
Who is Carla? Carla. Happy goddamn birthday.
Brian, we got Brian Newell in the house, and if you want to book any cruises or getaways, that's your guy right there.
Nice.
Find him on Facebook through all the Blackstone groups and stuff like that. But yeah, man, a lot of new eyes in the house, from the last time you've probably been around and with CJ and Kent doing the show, there's a lot of newbies in here, and I call them my hot seaters. So
I like it. Listen, I've been going back and like we were talking about earlier, 9 o'clock for me, East Coast time is a little bit late. So I've been, I peep the show after the fact, but I like the new eyes. That's always good.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all joining. I know a couple of them subbed for my YouTube
Yeah.
channel, even though I haven't done a whole hell of a lot on YouTube lately. I've been doing a lot more on Instagram, but
Yeah.
yeah, appreciate
Yeah, hey.
all the listen, that's what the fun part of this is, right?
Right.
All the meeting new folks and everything,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
I'm tired of dudes like Daddy Dutch and shit.
Yeah, them guys are always around and shit.
Dutch, I love you, baby. I love you, baby.
All right. So for the people that really don't know who CMAC is, give us a little backstory of where you were born, where you live, and I like to throw my little question in there. If money and career wasn't an issue, where would you love to live?
Yeah. So, oh, look at David Fogg, another Mass. So, David, I'll get to that in a second. So, I listen, born and raised California, Northern California, in the heart of the Bay Area, Silicon Valley, born and raised. Lived in Arizona, in Phoenix and Scottsdale from my late 20s to late 30s. Moved back to California, and about 4.5, almost 5 years ago, my wife is from Massachusetts. I got we got an itch to kind of move again. I kind of wanted to get out of California, and we moved out to Northern Mass. So, David Fogg, we are in Amesbury, Mass, which is up in the North Shore. We live right on the border of Massachusetts and New Hampshire. Small town. Amesbury is a 16,000 people town. A little couple of lakes, a little river that runs through the town. You roll a tennis ball down my street about 50 feet, you're in New Hampshire. And so I freaking love it out here. The only problem I have with out here, because of the weather, is obviously yes, Eastwind. What's up, brother?
DJ Farms in the house.
Because obviously the weather is different than California. People talk about grilling and barbecue season out here, which I still don't understand that, because Steve, what's up, brother? I I don't subscribe to grilling season. Grilling season is year round. Even if you got to now brush the snow off the Blackstone or the Big Green Egg or whatever.
Mhm.
So, but I love living out here. And let's see. So your other question. So that's where I'm from. I also I have a condo back in Scottsdale, Arizona, that I love to get out there too, especially if it gets a little too cold and winter gets a little too long out here. Still got a lot of friends out in the Valley of the Sun, as they say. Where could I live? Where would I want to live? For job and all that. I
Yeah.
Listen. I chose to move out here. This is where I want to live.
Okay.
As you know, and as some of these guys know, I was fortunate enough to retire early, almost a year ago. Actually, it'll be a year this coming Halloween. So, job doesn't have anything to do with it. Mad Wood. Job doesn't have anything to do with it, but I have, I chose to live out here, and I love it out here. So, I don't, this is where I'd want to live, at least right now,
Yeah.
but I'll tell
Well,
you, after Chef, what's up, brother?
what's up, Chef?
After moving cross country 4.5 years ago, man, that move was a bitch. I don't know if I'd want to do that again anytime soon. Cross country move. There a lot went into that shit.
Yeah.
But,
Right.
I love it out here. I love the town that we live in. I love the people out here in New England. I still got a lot of friends and family back in the Bay Area, and from a sports team perspective, That's still where my heart is for Bay Area teams, but this is where I want to be. I
All
love it
right,
out here, man.
it's cool.
Yeah.
A lot of people, uh, they can't handle the seasons.
Right.
Like we can.
Yeah.
So some of them would always say, "Give me a beach with water, warm, sunny, stuff like that." And I also had TD's Brew and Barbecue. He's like, I'd go back to Arizona. He loved it in Arizona.
Yeah.
And speaking of Arizona, I just learned I didn't know you had a condo there. So is that where you do all your filming and everybody goes and hangs out for the golf tournament?
Oh, so what used to be called the Phoenix Open, which is now the Waste Management Open, I actually took a big group of New England boys out there. It was not last year because the tournament got, because of
Right.
the pandemic, but the year before. So yeah, we do. I get out there fairly often. So when we're not out there, we rent out our condo. But I'll be out there probably next month for a little bit. My friends, the owners of Art of Flame, I'm sure we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Also just actually moved out there, so they're dying for me to come out. And Van Buren Road near Tempe. There you go. All right. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So no, I still love the Valley. Again, I lived out there for almost 10 years, and Arizona is one of those places that you either love or you hate, and generally it's because of the weather, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I loved it out there. It hit the right time in my life. I was coming off of a divorce, and I just needed to get out to someplace to kind of start over again and have fun. And I'll tell you what, the Valley is a good place to have fun. I mean, when you got sun 365 days per out of the year, pretty much,
Mm-hmm.
um, it ain't a bad place to live. As long as you can get through about 3 months of triple digit weather,
Yeah.
the rest of the year is great. But again, one of the things that I love about living out here now in New England is um, are the seasons. I can do without. I mean, our humidity out here isn't as bad as the southern states. Gulf Coast, yeah, about some humidity, but I can do without the humidity. Arizona was fucking Dutch. Uh, Arizona's pretty much dry, right?
Yeah.
So it can be 110 degrees out there, and it might feel like what 85 feels like in New England.
With
And
the humidity, yeah, we get humidity makes
yeah,
us
well, and yeah, in
makes it
Ohio
worse,
too.
you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not. Listen, I come from a long line of sweaty people, and you throw a little bit of fucking humidity in there, and we're a mess. So
Yeah,
I,
swamp,
yeah,
swamp, swamp, swamp,
I like the
swamp
dry.
music.
Yeah, I like the drier climates. No swamp coolers and all that shit. But yeah.
Yeah. So just recently, last weekend, you had some weather issues at one of your get-togethers. It's not just local get-together. You've invited myself numerous times. Someday I'll get out there, but you invite whoever can make it. And why don't you tell the people a little bit about that, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, so fortunately, we didn't have weather issues. It looked like we were going to have some rain, but it ended up being a beautiful weekend. So, um, 17 years ago, back when I was still in California, we started a little barbecue. It was more like a little backyard barbecue party. Um, six, eight of us, little family, cooking in my backyard. We called it C-Max Riverfest Backyard Barbecue, and um, it morphed over the years into this kind of big party with a barbecue competition, and not, it's not hardcore, it's not KCBS or any of that kind of stuff. But we've been doing it now for 17 years. Johnny Maggs. Maggs came, actually his whole family. Well, I'll talk a little bit about how the Johnny Maggs family represented for Riverfest. But yeah, we did it. This was the third year out here. Last year, we did it. If you go to my YouTube channel, C Mac Cooks, or I've also got them on the Blackstone Boys channel. We did a virtual Riverfest where I basically sat up on the deck. I was cooking, and for C Mac beer, that too. Crawdaddy, we did. We did. I think 9. Cooking interviews live on YouTube and Facebook throughout the day. But this year we were able to do it live again, and we had 11 teams competing. We don't have categories, so you could virtually have, brisket going up against chicken, going up against pulled pork, and people get creative. But we had a handful of brand new teams. We had, I like to say, 300 or so of my closest family and friends here. And it was a blast. Yeah, we were talking before. I was worried about the weather. We were supposed to have rain, and it ended up being a beautiful day. But yeah, we had Johnny Maggs and family was here. Crawdaddy and the whole New England Pitmasters crew.
Yes.
And it was fantastic. This was the first year. So talking about Maggs, this is the first year, and I wanted to do this for the last couple of years. I did a kids steak competition too, and so we had 6 kid teams of pairs, basically kids between 8 years old and about 14, that all cooked on charcoal grills that I had set up in the driveway.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
And
all of them had the same grill, so there was no his grill was hotter or his grill was better. They all had the same grill all the way, and they were kids' grills.
Yeah,
They were Chebbers.
Yep. Set them up for 2-zone cooking. We kind of, the great thing was you could tell that their parents had actually really spent some time with them, and some of them came with their own rub, and they were all set. And Maggs's kids came in second. They did a fantastic job. One of our local butcheries sponsored it, so they provided some beautiful prime New York strips, and it was a blast. It was something again that I've wanted to do for the last couple of years, and finally we're able to do it, and it went off without a hitch. They got to keep their own grills, and
that's cool.
Yeah, you saw some kids that were very excited about cooking. So Maggs, nice job. You've taught the kids well, my friend.
Yeah, that was pretty cool to see. I didn't get to watch a whole lot of it. I had my own stuff going on, but I was tuning in throughout the day and stuff like that.
Well, as you probably know, and folks, some of these new folks that I don't know probably don't follow me, but my
I knew you'd laugh at that one.
Ken, I don't know what to tell you, brother. You might have to take care of that yourself. But I would have normally been doing a lot of lives from Riverfest, but my Facebook got hacked on 9/11, and Facebook brought down my Facebook account as well as my main Instagram account, where I really do most of my social stuff. And it was down for about 2.5 weeks. Just came up yesterday, finally. Thank goodness. But fortunately, a lot of the folks that were there, Mags, Crawdaddy, all these guys, they were posting stuff, but I had literally no social throughout the most of it. A little backup Instagram account, but anyway, Uncle Steve, obviously there. Uncle Steve, very generous, as we all know.
Yes.
Created a special, his AP rub, but did a special
Logo.
Riverfest label. Yep.
Yeah.
That was awesome. And provided a bunch of Lucky Shake for the kids, which they were. Uncle Steve, man, I can't thank you enough, brother. That was a big deal for the kids, getting their own grill, getting their own, a Lucky Shake. They were super, super pumped about that. So
these guys are messing. I bring my beer up in my lunch bag. I put the ice in it, and I bring it up, and they're making fun of me.
It's all good. We were talking about this earlier. I was catching up on some of your previous shows, and I did catch up on last week's show. And Squirrel, you're an entertaining motherfucker. I listen, I gotta admit, I didn't know you, but I did subscribe, and I think I subscribed. But I was checking out some of your videos earlier, and God knows I understand why they call you Squirrel, but I loved your stuff, brother.
Yeah. He's a natural, man.
Yeah.
He's done a lot for me, this channel, and meeting everybody. He did that video, the happy birthday hobo video.
Yep.
Gave a whole lot of FUs out to Hobo.
Nothing wrong with some FUs.
Not at all. Shit.
No.
Now that the Riverfest was at your house.
Yes.
And what'd you guesstimate? 300 folks altogether?
Yeah. I think with kids. Listen, it's a family friendly event. So we had a shit ton of kids there. So it was somewhere between 250 and 300. I talk about our California house, and living in the Bay Area. Riverfest kind of outgrew our house. We got to about 110, 120 people, and it was people were fucking packed in.
Yeah.
And I move out here, and I've got a lot more room. We live kind of on the outskirts of town, a little bit more of a rural area. We've got a lot of room, and so sometimes it doesn't look like we've got that many people, but I usually go back the day or two after and see who had kind of RSVP'd and how many people. But yeah, it was easily 250 to 300.
Yeah. So did you rent porta potties for that?
We did. We
Okay.
rented. So 2 years ago when we did it, it was the first time we rented a porta potty, and worked out pretty good. We did another one, and this year mainly to kind of, because we thought it was going to rain, so I didn't want people, especially kids, tracking fucking mud and shit through the house.
Mm-hmm.
But we also kind of wanted to keep people out of the house. You get that many people, and all of a sudden, they're taking over the inside of your house. It just gets to be a clusterfuck. So.
Mm-hmm.
We rented a porta potty. We caught some people still sneaking in to drop a deuce in the house, but I've blasted them on social, and that may never happen again. But I'm pretty sure Mags dropped a deuce out in the fucking woods on the side of where he had.
Well, he's got the lake house now, so Mags shits in the woods now.
Yeah. Listen,
he hasn't flushed the toilet since he moved into that house.
No, why not? Listen, I'd never say the lovely Claudia would have done that, but Megs, whatever. Greg DeGiorgio, I'm pretty sure, fucking, he definitely shit out in the woods. He almost passed out. Oh, Steve, you can't even imagine. The guys came and picked up the porta potty yesterday, and I felt sorry for them. So I tipped them an extra 50 just because they had to deal with all that barbecue shit.
Right. Joey is Joey Edibles. That's Square Table Degenerates podcast.
Yeah.
He said he broke into someone's house to take a shit once. True story.
Listen, I don't blame him. When you got to go, you got to go.
Oh, God.
I was just about to tell a really embarrassing shit story, but I think I'll hold off on that one.
I'll hold that for the after show there.
Right? Exactly.
Jacob, I drank that whole bottle of peach yesterday. Oh,
the peach Crown Royal.
Yep. I was smoking some beef ribs, so I had a few people over, and they helped. So it wasn't all me drinking it, but
Nice.
yeah, I could crush that shit, man. I gotta have people. I have to have people sending it to me, because here it's scarce in northeast Ohio. How about that?
Yeah.
But
right.
David has.
David, I'm dying to know what David Fogg's standard question is.
What is your favorite thing to cook, and what is your least favorite thing to cook?
So, I think one of my favorite things to cook that I want to eat also is are probably beef short ribs. I mean, yeah, you can never go wrong with brisket on a stick. That's probably one of my what's my least. Geez, I've never even thought of the least favorite. I don't know if there's some least favorite. I think probably lately is pork butts. I've cooked so many freaking pork butts this summer. My son loves pork butts, and my son's a picky eater. He's 14, and I'll cook anything that he wants that he'll actually eat.
Right.
And I did a couple of catering gigs this summer, and I'm not really set up to do catering, but I can, on my extra large big green egg, I've done 8 pork butts on my big green egg. So I'm just kind of sick of doing it, frankly. I like pork, but I'm just kind of burnt out right now. You're still gonna what internal to really good, Greg.
Okay, so that, hey, thanks, Kent. That was a great segue to my next question, because you actually did a competition with Greg.
Yes.
What is it?
Broker.
Barbecue Broker, Greg DeJurio. Yeah. That's cool.
So
you guys got some awards, I see.
Yeah, we actually did. We did 2. So we did. So Greg DeGiorgio, Barbecue Broker, my buddy Crawdaddy, that's on right now, Kevin Yor, and myself. We did 2 this summer.
You guys are like the 4 horsemen of mass, dude.
Well, I don't know. It's it's a miracle that one or some of us weren't killed through a few of these, but we did actually our first KCBS together earlier this summer in New Hampshire, which was an absolute blast and an incredible learning experience. I don't want to speak for everybody, but I went in just hoping we didn't finish last in any, and there were some pretty big time teams there. Billy Gillespie and Smoking Hogs and a bunch of other guys. And it was a blast. And these guys, these seasoned teams were super cool. And I mean, I spent time with a few of them. They let me watch them, prep their briskets and prep their pork butts and everything and separate the money muscle and all that shit. So we learned a ton. We didn't finish last in anything, and we actually pulled I don't know, I think it was 14 out of 32 teams in pork, which was our best finish. So it was fun. We did the weekend before Riverfest. We did the Bedlam barbecue. Len Will threw this in kind of conjunction with the New England Pitmasters. Again, a little bit not KCBS, not super traditional, but a really fun first annual barbecue comp in Tewksbury, Mass. And great people, great teams. We had a blast there. We finished, we took first in ribs, and had a good time in that one. And then Greg and Kevin and Chris Crawdaddy also then competed, the three of them, in Riverfest last weekend. So yeah, a lot of freaking events lately. But
where were those events? What was the location?
So the KCBS one was up in New Hampshire. I forget what city. It was in a campground up in New Hampshire, about an hour away from me. The one that was the weekend before Riverfest was in Tewksbury, Mass, a little bit south of me, and then at my spot. So they were all fairly local.
Yeah.
But they were good.
Our drive isn't bad. Now, did you camp out all weekend? Did you guys all camp out?
Yeah, well, we did for the KCBS one. We rented a camper, and that was that was a big one. We were there Friday through Sunday, maybe Thursday through Sunday. Hancock, yeah, Mags Hancock. That's where it was. That was a long weekend. The barbecue Bedlam was just a day, so we showed up at about 5:30 in the morning to set up, and that was just a day contest.
Okay,
we were all back, but it was a long fucking day, and then of course mine was just a day contest too.
No, actually, I grew a wig. It's all natural.
Dude, the hair and the beard. They're what was the last time you trimmed the beard?
It's 2019, and I haven't cut my hair since 2019 either. Yeah. So with all the barbershops closed, I was like, let me see where to go, and yeah, here we are.
I know it's like a fucking homeless Fabio or something. I don't know.
I think you need another shot there, buddy.
I say that in pure jealousy because I can't. My shit just comes in gray and white now. So
right. So there's something in your neck of the woods that's super popular.
There is.
And it's something that you were part of. I didn't see it this year, but then again, I may have missed it.
All right.
But there's something special that you do with ice cream with a local ice cream shop.
Yeah. Home. Let's get that, Everett. Let's get that hashtag trending, baby. So what you are referring to is the now infamous C-Max Backyard Barbecue Brisket Ice Cream that I did a collab with one of our local ice cream producers. We did it. We actually did it last February.
Okay.
As the first run, we did it to kind of have a little bit of fun with it, but to also raise some money for a couple local charities. And then we re-released it Memorial Day weekend. And I got to say, I did not. Was not a purely original idea. I used to, for work, when I was working with AT&T, I used to manage call centers and all around the country and overseas. And for about 2 years, I had call centers in Kansas City. And if any of you have been to Kansas City or lived there, obviously KC is a big, hotbed of barbecue. And Oklahoma Joe's, which is now just Joe's, did do a collab with a local company with some brisket burn end ice cream. And I'd seen it a few years back, and I'm like, God, I had a hard time wrapping my head around it at that point. And then when I had a relationship with the owner of an ice cream or a chain of ice cream places here in Amesbury and Salisbury and Newburyport, we were talking one day, and I'm like, would you guys be up for trying this? And they're like, oh shit, that sounds fun. So next day I threw on a couple of packers and made burn ends out of the whole packer, took it down, and we did some experimentation with some ice cream and some and it came out really really good. And so we decided to kind of release it and promo it with all the proceeds going to a couple of local charities. And my original idea was let's do it for, quote unquote, I know I talked about this earlier, but what is traditionally the start of the grilling season, right? Memorial Day weekend. Mm-hmm. When the owner tried it, he's like, shit, I want to do this right now. And so we released it in February. We did a little kind of limited run during the winter out here, and people kind of went crazy for it. And then we did it again, a much bigger run at the end of May, and raised a couple of grand for a couple of local charities, and nice. Had some fun. Got a little press from some of the local papers. I think we made Yahoo News, and nice. It was pretty good. But yeah, Johnny Mags. I actually brought some for Mags and Greg for the Pit Life Barbecue podcast one day.
Yes, yes. So is it soft serve ice cream that you're putting it in?
Nope, traditional ice cream. So it was a base of a kind of a heavy cream base ice cream with caramel and barbecue sauce, and I'd cook traditional. Well, I shouldn't say traditional burn ends, because I truly took the entire packer, so not just the point where you'd normally do your burn ends, but I did the point and the flat, cubed them all up, hit them with the brown sugar and all that shit, burn ends, and basically diced it all up. Which I'll tell you, dicing up about 8 full packers of burn ends will fuck up your hands. Oh yeah.
Forearm looking like Popeye.
Yeah, because you don't want, our goal wasn't to have these huge chunks. We want a little bit to be able to mix in through all the ice cream.
Yeah, see, that was my question is, so with it being traditional ice cream, does the brisket actually freeze, and you gotta like it's a chocolate chip chunk that you get in ice cream, you actually have to let it sit in your mouth for a minute and get it melty?
A little bit.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a little bit. So here, the main concern with this thing was sometimes if you have too much fat that gets frozen, it gets a really weird consistency.
Yeah, right.
So I trimmed the shit out of these packers, by the way.
Okay.
So I got rid of an awful lot of the fat, the decal, and everything. So we kind of eliminated as much fat as we could, but yeah, it's kind of like that. So you get to a point. It's not. It still stays softer than, let's say, if you get like a chocolate chip, right, where it gets really hard in there.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
Okay.
But it gets a little hard that a little that you got to kind of work it around a little bit. But
yeah, right. Okay.
Thanks, thank you. It's perfect mixture. Yeah, I still talk to people about it, and they have a hard time, kind of wrapping their heads around it. But it's pretty damn good. It can be very rich, especially if you get some scoops with a lot of the brisket in it. But it's pretty damn good. Wow, Smoking Joe.
Dude, that was one of my. They had for that one. They had the meteor, the roaches, and underneath the stairs and all that. That was one of the best ones. Was the guy that touched the meteor?
Listen, that's quality creep show knowledge right there. I'm going. If you don't mind, I'm switching from beer to the tequila.
Right on.
All right.
That's going to make a hell of an ending to the show.
Listen, I'm still fucking awake. So
that's so I got something to tell the crowd. For those guys that are competing in the Blackstone Products Golden Spatula contest, one of the categories is dessert. There's your guy. Get with him and do that dessert. Make the picture nice. You never know. Might get you a golden spatula.
What the Golden Shower Award? What
yeah, I'm not competing. No, I don't even know what it is.
Matt, I think Dutch may compete in the Golden Shower Award. I don't know.
You could just stand Dutch up at a beach and he'd be like a shower.
Right? I know.
You too. But hey, you, him, and Josh and Babe from Cooking Cop, Josh.
Yeah.
All three of you guys would be like I was gonna say Twin Towers, but there'd be three of you. Yeah. So that'd be the Tri-Towers.
The Triple Towers?
The Triple Towers.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, tell the folks what you did in college.
I drank a lot. and I didn't study enough. I played a little basketball.
Yeah, and then you went to where?
So I played basketball in college, Santa Clara University, on the West Coast. For those old people, you might remember Kurt Rambis, who played in the early days of the Lakers, the black glasses, and the good old early days. He was one of our first big not necessarily first, but Santa Clara names. And then Steve Nash came about 4 or 5 years after me. So I played in Santa Clara. That was kind of home. And then I played overseas for a while. Played in Brazil and Turkey. And now every fucking morning that I get out of bed, I'm reminded that I beat the shit out of my body for...
You don't even want to see a basketball anymore. Hey, the kids don't even have a basketball hoop or anything, huh?
No, they do. I love... Still my favorite sport. I love basketball. I can't fucking play anymore because I'm so, beat up. But, 6'10", 30 years of playing basketball, that'll take a beating on your body. But yeah, good memories. I had fun, especially playing overseas. Listen, anytime you're getting paid money to play a fucking game and live in a fun country, that doesn't suck.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I forgot. I didn't forget about it, but I didn't write it down. Actually, it just fit. It fit right in right there, real quick. So these days, though, your Blackstone Boys was your group. You have the record with a smash burger cooked on the most griddles, which is 11.
Yes. I think it's a Guinness World Record.
Yes, and
unofficial.
We know you because you're a big Big Green Egg guy. You're a Blackstone guy.
Yeah.
You like to backyard cook. So what's this newest apparatus that you have in your backyard? And tell us a little bit about becoming a brand ambassador with them.
Yeah. So, yeah, listen, I still love my Blackstones, my Big Green Egg. I cook on all the time. But the last few years, I was looking at this plancha grill called an Artiflame. Um, and they're pretty pricey, but it's one of those things that's made to pretty much last forever. It's a cross between a backyard grill and plancha, live fire, and something that's made to be almost a piece of art in your backyard. And I'd kind of always been looking at them, and when the pandemic hit and everybody was kind of stuck at home, I'm like, shit, you know what? I'm gonna be stuck at home for who knows how long. Maybe this is the time to pull the trigger. So I got me an Artiflame grill, and just kind of fell in love with it. I mean, it's for me, it's like I still love cooking on my Blackstone. But I use those for quick cooks. If I it's fired up and boom, it's ready to go. Cooking on the Artiflame is kind of like cooking on the Blackstone, but over live fire, and that's always been shit. I started grilling back in college with my roommates, and we would grill all the time for the team and for our friends. And so cooking over live fire is a blast to me, and so kind of melding that Blackstone cooking on a hot plancha with live fire, and also being able to do grilling because it's got grill on it too, and I can rotisserie, I can do all kinds of shit with it. I just kind of fell in love with it, and started talking to the owners a little bit, and was posting some stuff, and they weren't huge into social media at the time, and they kind of reached back out to me and said, hey, listen, if we send you a couple of our accessory attachments, will you do some of your videos? I'm like, I would have done it anyway. So it was kind of a match made in heaven, and now I've really good friends with the owners, and I ended up creating their ambassador team, and we just done a bunch of stuff together. So I have a blast cooking with it. It's unlike a lot of other grills where it's really made for especially the big freestanding ones, it's really made for multiple people to be standing around and collaborative cooking, I call it. And so we've had some bring your own steak parties where everybody brings their own steak, whether you want to rubbed or marinated or whatever, and I'll bring out a bunch of tongs, and everybody stands around cooking their own steak over it.
Right.
So it's been a lot of fun. It's something that's unique, which is another thing that's kind of attractive to me. I love cooking on a Blackstone, but these days everybody's got a Blackstone. Big Green Egg, kind of the same thing, and I like cooking on things that are a little bit different, and something that not everybody has in their backyard, and it's been fun. It really kind of sparked the whole ambassadorship with them, and creating the ambassador team, and then working with some other companies, ambassador for Fogo Charcoal now. And, by the way, all these companies help sponsor Riverfest, which was fantastic. Barrel proof bourbon, smoking blocks and chips. I kind of go down and, grilling in a snowstorm. David, I would agree with you 100%. Again, coming from a California guy, I'll go out, Big Green Egg, Blackstone on my Artiflame, cooking in the snow. That's fun, man. I just fucking lay her up and it's all good. Again, no grilling season. That's a blast to me.
Yeah. I seen that recent attachment with the tumbler.
Yeah.
Is that something they made for their products?
So they didn't make the tumbler. I got they make a rotisserie attachment for the Artiflame that works on both the big one and the smaller one that I've got. And there's another company, and I'm spacing on the name of it, but they make basically a basket, right? That you can put wings in. I did a bunch of hatch chilies the other day. And yeah, I mean, again, you can do a ton of different things on it. You can, the Artiflames, when you're done cooking, you can pull the plancha off and use it like a fire pit, or the kids will come out and cook their s'mores. And my daughter actually is a budding cook, and she's got her own little Instagram channel that I help her manage, and she loves cooking with me. And we started a junior Artiflame team
Okay.
with about half a dozen kids that are into cooking. And so yeah, she always wants to cook with me, and she's got some spice companies sending her some. Uncle Steve has sent her some stuff. Actually, Uncle Steve did some junior team Artiflame rubs, which was
Really?
Yeah,
Nice.
super cool.
Nice.
But it's for us, it was between like the junior team Artiflame and doing the state competition, the kids state competition at Riverfest. Nothing better than getting kids cooking early, or at least interested in it,
Right.
because then they start making good food choices generally, right? And it's not all fast food or processed shit that they're throwing in the microwave.
Right.
So that part has been fun. Artiflame has really embraced it with their kids team, and
Mhm.
again, Uncle Steve and some of these other David, thank you, appreciate it, brother. Some of these other companies that have really kind of embraced working with the kids, and God knows, these days, where a lot of our kids, and listen, my kids are no different, right? If they could, they'd stay in and be on their freaking electronics 24/7. But that being said, when you get some kids that show a little bit of interest in cooking, man, you got to run with that.
Right.
And so it's been fun with my daughter. My son, not so much, but my daughter, she she'll still get out there and cook. She's 11. She'll be 12 in November.
Mhm.
So I know I only have a little bit of time left with
Yeah,
her.
that window's closing, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Before it's not cool to hang out with dad and cooking and all that shit anymore.
Mhm. Yeah, Gulf Coast Granny, yes. Teaching them young how to survive.
Yeah,
Microwave isn't the greatest things. Yeah, it helps. It's in a pinch, especially if you're in a dorm room. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Hey, uh,
You do what you got to do.
right. Well, there's hot plates and everything that you could have too.
Yeah.
Blackstone just came out with the electric
That E series, yeah.
series. That's a good one to go to now. But yeah, man, we're closing in on the hour, man, and appreciate you. Look
Dude,
at you. You don't.
I've made it.
Yeah, you made
I'm
it.
proud of myself.
But I'm gonna drop the link, and we're gonna go off air and have some more fun. I do have a special guest coming to the after show.
Yeah, who is
And
it? Tell me, who is it? Is it a secret?
yeah, it's a secret.
Well, listen, before you drop, I appreciate. I've seen a bunch of people commenting that they subbed on YouTube. I've been lazy on YouTube. I haven't done a whole lot. If you guys are on Instagram, give me a follow on cmac.cooks. That's where I'm posting most of my stuff. But listen, we go back to a few years ago to the early Blackstone days, almost before Blackstone was cool, right?
It was before these guys all got together with Blackstone Betty, Nate, and CJ and all them. Yeah, it was just Todd out there doing stuff, and we tried. Obviously, our gimmicks didn't make the cut. We got the golden shower instead of the golden spatula.
Nah, listen, I still. Listen, here's what I'll tell you: the Blackstone boys are not dead. The boy, our whole thing with the Blackstone boys was all of us getting together and cooking, right? And when the pandemic hit, that it made it tougher to do that. And so, my focus kind of shifted. But trust me, we got, man, in my little group here, just in Amesbury, we've got about 25 guys that all got at least one Blackstone. Most of them got a couple. So we haven't stopped cooking on Blackstones. It's just, again, the Blackstone boys, once we're really able to get back and cooking together, it'll be fun. But I appreciate your friendship. Thrilled that you've continued to grow your brand and take over the whole hot seat thing, and it's been fun being with y'all and seeing some new names. I'm going to go back and sub to all you guys too, and hopefully I'll get some time to get some YouTube stuff out there. But yeah, if you guys can give me a follow on Instagram, cmac.cooks. By the way, I'm also on Facebook. I've got a Facebook group. Most of the stuff that I post on Instagram, I do on CMAC Cooks on Facebook too, but that's where most of my stuff is. So
awesome.
Yep.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming on here, sharing your story, and letting all these new eyes know a little something about you and what you got going on. And we'll all grow together, be famous together. I know the sky's the limit with all of us teamed up together. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's always been a good family, man.
Yeah. Yes, for sure. And with that, I'm going to say goodnight to everybody, and I'll see you guys next week. Next week's guest is Rick's Barbecue and Specialties.
Nice.
So tune in next week for that. And I love you guys. Peace out. Oh, he got the tequila for the after show. Oh.